As you recall, when we originally started, one of the first steps was to write the melody in to the lead part and then begin to determine what the harmonies could be. Behind the scenes, we have a contrapuntal underpinning, and this is based on Bach-style counterpoint, which determines harmonic movement through the melodic movement of independent voices. I know that's a mouthful, but if we have a melody line, we would have a second melody line in the bass and a third melody line in the tenor and so on, which would all be independent lines, but their combination produces harmony. So in this opening instance, the way that we first determine what a chord might be and what the other parts could be would be to have a consonant interval in the second part. So in the bass, a consonant interval would be C or E or A. The A is consonant with the C, or even the octave at C here. Those are all consonant intervals, one by one, with the melody note. That's a consonant interval. And the G is consonant if it were above as a fundamental species 1 counterpoint. It would not. The A would be performing an interval, and the unison would be an interval. So in our instance here, C is a correct note. Another interval that we could use would be the E. We could put that here, and it's also consonant with the G in the melody line over here. So this begins to flesh out the harmonies. Another way of thinking of this is squeezing what's called melodic contour. If we squeeze the melody notes into one area, we end up with a partial chord like this. The C's and the G's of the melody line become this, and if we imply a third note, it tells us, well, this harmony is C major. So by looking at that melody for the first two notes over here, and we squeeze it together, we can imply the third note as an E, and therefore that C major tonality is affirmed. Also in the bass counterpoint against the melody, those contrapuntal intervals also tell us that we can do something in C. Now when we move to the A here, we have other choices. As we started to move upward, the natural place to make a consonant interval would be the F. And then we could come to G for a consonant unison on the third beat. But it wouldn't tell us too much about which chord it is. We could come back to E, and we could come even down to C to make this interval of a perfect fifth. It's actually at the 12th, but it's like a fifth. It's like this G is a fifth above this C. So we have contrapuntal intervals. So this area, 1, still 1 in the first inversion. Here's a 4 chord. Here's a 1 chord again. And what would we do with that E? It could be more 1, but actually, if we know 1 is over here, we can make a good guess that this is going to be 5. And 5, the dominant area, also is a consonant interval with the E. That produces a major sixth. It's a consonant interval. And then this perfect fifth is also consonant with the G. So contrapuntally, we have this. And that works very nicely. We can also add other parts to this, and we'll see that in the next video.